Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Now, I was going to see Killer Elite, but I decided to see Moneyball today instead, and I really think that I made an excellent decision in this regard. And believe it or not, it's actually a really terrific sports movie, baseball movie at that, and although it is a little bit slow, it's actually quite interesting. And Jonah Hill is just absolutely fantastic. Because usually you would consider him the funny man, but he plays a very convincing statistician. It's a hard word to say, but he just plays a very intelligent Yale graduate that helps Billy Beane with the Oakland Athletes. And to be honest with you, I really didn't know that the athletes existed before this film, so I learned something. And there are some bits of information at the end that I remember having watched a lot of these things come to pass. But if I say anything about them, then I'll give away a huge plot point, and I really don't want to do that. But as far as sports movies slash biopics go, I think this is really outstanding, and it is just one of those movies where you root for the underdog. You want the underdog to do their best, and then you realize, hey, mathematics actually is practical, and statistics especially so. Statistics and probability, you can quantify that, and you can measure it, and you can predict what's going to happen next with your players and how well they do, and how much performance they bring to the field. And it's really fascinating. I had never really paid that much attention to that sort of thing because I'm really not a fan of baseball except for the Cardinals, and I don't really follow sports that fervently, let alone baseball, because baseball really bores me. But I do like the Cardinals. I'll give you that. The Cardinals are my favorite team. But other than that, I have to say that this is a really exceptional sports movie, and I would rank it up there with Invictus, even though Invictus is more about Nelson Mandela than anything. But it does incorporate the theme of rugby in it, which is very, very, very interesting. The movie itself is just a different look at baseball, and it just gets into the nitty gritty of it, and then there is a more redeemable quality of it, a romanticism about it, and Billy Beane actually talks about that. And Mr. Beane was actually a player himself, and had some rotten luck when he started striking out on the field, and it's a very sad story for him. And it just seems like he's had a lot of tragedy in his life. But I really think that Brad Pitt did a stupendous job, and he deserves kudos for this kind of work, because I believe that is his first ever film. And like I said, with Jonah Hill, you're used to seeing him as the one who's comedic, and seeing him in a more serious role such as this one, it makes me appreciate him that much more. So I really like Jonah Hill. I'm not really sure what else to say other than this movie was just fabulous. It truly was. I would give it 5 stars and 2 thumbs way up. It was a little bit slow, but despite that, I was entertained thoroughly throughout, and I wasn't bored because I was learning something with everything that I saw. And then there were scenes with Bill and his little girl, and my dad was nudging me at certain scenes in the film, and I just had to laugh because a father-daughter relationship is very special, even if the daughter and the father don't get to see each other that often. But as far as movies are concerned, if you're going to see a movie this weekend, I would make it this one because it's really well done and it's very entertaining. And you might get a little bit overclamped because I know I did, because I like a lot of people. I always root for the underdog, and I want the underdog to win the day. And I'm not going to give anything away because then I'll ruin a really um, incredible plot, and I don't wish to do that. And I was kind of wondering about this film. I think that it may have Oscar buzz around it. I don't think it would get it for acting per se, but it might get it for story. Maybe. I'm not sure. If it doesn't get an Oscar nod for that, well, I'm not going to be disappointed. But in all honesty, I believe it should, because it is really a tremendous story. Though this sort of starting from the bottom as a team that no one has even heard of, and then going straight through the ranks, and you see an immense change. I'm not going to say what happens or anything, but it's really moving, and it just gives you a lot of enthusiasm. Even if you don't like baseball, it makes you like baseball. It's that good. And I think even if you're not a sports fan, you can appreciate the value of this film just because of the way the plot is done and the characters. And it's really it's a great movie. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't have any qualms or quips or little nitpicks to take at this movie because I don't see any. It really is just an excellent movie. And I'm excited to see what Brad will do with his career, whether he'll do another film or not. Maybe he will. I'm hoping that he does, because this is definitely a grand first effort on his part. Kudos to Brad.